This is 4 steps to your new personal brand. Do you want to gain the confidence to move forward with your career and walk into a room like you own it? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I am Maggie, and I am so glad you chose to join this webinar to learn a little bit more about personal branding. Now, I love doing live sessions, and we will be having more fairly soon, so watch your inbox for those dates. This webinar is recorded for 3 reasons, though. You can watch it anytime you want. You can rewind and watch it as many times as you want. And by recording it, we can include captions to make it easier for all types of people in all types of situations to receive the content. So stick around to the end for some special offers and ways of getting in touch if you have more questions. And please send those questions. Your questions are unique and the answers can be quickly implemented. Plus, they expand my ability to serve others when I learn more about what's helpful to you. Okay, so how did I get to be sitting on this side of the camera? I had been working for years producing ad campaigns, creating successful online marketing strategies, and writing radio and TV commercials that were aired in markets all across the US. But when it came time to fill the marketing director position at my company, my boss turned me down for the job. Now, that position paid twice what I was earning, and it went to someone else with no track record of similar success. I was heartbroken. I had spent my career making others look good, making others successful, and in that moment is when I decided to become my own client. If I can brand products and companies, I can brand me. That was my thinking, and it worked. So I created a new me and started my own marketing firm. Next, I won a Sparkle Award for professional writing. Then I was elected president of the Marketing Association. I tripled my rates in less than a year, and my profile keeps getting bigger and bigger. I've appeared in radio and television, hosted an award show, and I've even been in a parade. How fun is that? This kind of personal and professional fulfillment is what I want for you. I want to share this. So we're going to begin with an explanation of what personal branding is, followed by how it can be useful for you. We will discuss some ways it can be implemented. So for today's training, I'll be covering ways you can brand yourself too. According to Forbes magazine, the #1 mistake job seekers make is they don't brand themselves. Okay, so what is personal branding? What should they be doing? Okay, personal branding is just a term. It's not a big mystery. It's a label. I know a career coach, and she helps people get a job. She covers some of the personal branding skills. I know a woman who is a specialist in public speaking, and she covers some of the skills that you learn in personal branding. But we need a starting point. So for the sake of this conversation, if I were to Google you right now, what would I find? Would I find your picture, your LinkedIn profile, a newspaper article, some video? And furthermore, what kind of impression would I get of you? Would it be favorable? Would I want to do business with you? Okay, that is your current personal brand. Personal branding is controlling your own narrative. But before we do that, we have to decide who we are. Okay, that sounds a little deep. Who am I? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? Or it's all trendy now to ask people, what is your why? I don't know, man. I just want to be able to pay my bills. Remember when you were little, and you've probably asked this question of little kids yourself. What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, nothing like forcing career decisions on a 4-year-old. I want to be a fireman, a teacher, an astronaut. You had to come up with one thing. Most likely you didn't answer, well, 3 days a week, I want to be a commercial pilot, and the rest of the week, I want to drive a bookmobile. We weren't prepared for technology making our jobs obsolete. We weren't prepared for getting laid off after working for the same company for 20 years. We weren't prepared for 4 or 5 different careers in our lifetime. Say we start out as a teacher, and 10 years later, we've launched our own commercial photography business. And people still think we spend our days with 3rd graders. Oh, and isn't it cute? You take pictures too. Okay, you now need some personal branding. I started helping my clients with their personal branding before anyone was using that term. When I was at the ad agency, I was working on a project for a couple of friends of mine. She was a brilliant illustrator. He was a commercial photographer. They got married, and Bonnie started helping Bill get clients for his business. She took over all the sales and the marketing. She did the billing. She set all the appointments. She did all the styling. The business really took off and became successful, award-winning even. We were designing a brochure with beautiful product shots and a list of capabilities. And on the back in the About Us section, there was a bio for Bill and a bio for Bonnie. The details under Bill's bio included a list of all of his big clients and the crazy things he had done to get the shot. Under Bonnie's bio was something like, Bonnie gets lunch for everybody. She gets lunch for everybody. This is how this brilliant, talented woman saw herself. Well, clearly I rewrote this. Because this was someone I knew, I was familiar with all of her amazing talent. I rewrote her bio, and then I showed it to her. This is you. You are brilliant. You are capable. And you have been hiding your light under a bushel. I have countless stories like this one. Many of us find it difficult to talk about ourselves. A lot of us have a hard time nailing down who we are or who we want to be or how we want to get there. How do we get there at all? Can we change this? We just know we want something to change. Now, I'm going to give you an exercise to go through, and this is something I use with my clients, and it's about harnessing our imagination. By the time we get to be adults, we've given up imagination. We don't allow ourselves to daydream much. We aren't necessarily happy with where we are, but we keep working and working and thinking something will change. It's called malaise. If we just work harder or longer hours, somebody's going to walk in that door and take one look at us and say, I know what you're capable of. And then they'll tap us on the shoulder with their magic wand and poof, we've got a whole new career that makes us happy. So here's the exercise. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. Imagine you have just walked into the massive lobby of a new gleaming skyscraper. You have business here on the 25th floor. As you walk toward the elevator, you glance to the left and see there are magazines spread out on a glass and chrome coffee table. You are pictured on the cover of one of those magazines. You walk over and pick up the magazine. Which publication is it? Is it Time or People, Forbes, Architectural Digest? What are you wearing in the picture? How are you dressed? What is the headline? Have fun with this for a few minutes. Stop the video if you want. Write down what you see and share it with us. You can send me an email. You can post. I want to find out. You could even picture yourself on more than one magazine cover. So the biggest dreams start with the smallest steps. And the first step is the mind. Look at all the magnificent accomplishments that humans have created. And they started with imagination. Before that massive skyscraper was built, it was a thought. And as we all know, thoughts become things. And that goes for your career and your life as well. A thought becomes a desire, which becomes a plan, which leads you to read a book, make an appointment, take a class. And the next thing you know, your dream is your life. Personal branding lets others know who we are and what we do. It can include LinkedIn, resumes, headshots, the way you dress, writing a book, giving a speech. It can be as much or as little as you want. You can launch a whole new career or feel better about the way you present yourself in your current job. You are going to define it. You define what personal branding means to you. So now let's talk about who it's for. Who can benefit from personal branding? Job seekers, career changers, those starting a new business, small business owners, self-employed, and even companies should be helping their employees with their personal brand. It helps the company as well. So then it's up to you how deep you want to go with it. Do you want to just dip your toe in the water with updating a resume? Or do you want to do a full-on image with pictures and social media plans? Your career goals will affect how deep you dive, but it starts with some very basic housekeeping like working on your resume. You may stop there, or you may decide to go on with writing articles, publishing a book, becoming a public speaker, or possibly starting a podcast. By getting the basics in order, cleaned up and looking good, you are creating the building blocks for deeper stuff if you decide that's where you want to go. For instance, the exercises you go through to update your resume on LinkedIn are going to give you the base material for creating a bio, which can be used for a website, promotional material to start speaking, or being interviewed. It all builds. Now we're going to cover 4 steps to get you there. The first step is to give a quick definition to branding. There are lots of parts to branding and you don't need to use all of them, and not all of them are right for you anyway. The best parallel I can think of is going to a buffet. There are all different kinds of food there. Some choices will make the vegetarians happy, and some will make the keto people happy, and some will be just right for Weight Watchers. We're all choosing something different, and everyone leaves the buffet happy and with a full tummy. On your branding buffet are the big 4. A resume, a LinkedIn profile, some social media, and images of yourself, things about your business, the things you post. Now, most people are in the wishing and hoping stage. They wish they had a better job, more money, or did something completely different with their life. And they're hoping that someone will come along and look at them and say, "You're just the magnificent, talented person I'm looking for. Come with me." Some people have gone as far as to call up their resume and added their most recent job, or not. Maybe they've already started applying blindly online for jobs that are pretty much doing the same thing they are now, but with a different company. No matter where you are, some people may be in the early stages of starting a new business. They have put up a website or launched a new social media channel to promote. People are all over the place with where they start, and that's fine. So which one of these most closely describes you? Or is it a completely different motivation we haven't mentioned here today? Starting with some type of action is good. It's definitely a step, but not necessarily a step in the right direction. To get a good start, a good foundation, spend some time thinking about what you really want to change. Are you just unhappy with your current position, but you like your company? Do you like what you do, but not your current company culture or compensation? Do you want to do something entirely new or different using skills that aren't being appreciated now? I was talking with someone the other night, mid-20s, been out of college with his accounting degree for a couple of years now, and has a steady job. He's already gone as far as he can at his current company, and he knows he wants more. Together, we work through his interests and skills and how they can be used to take the next step, which for him looks like is going to be entrepreneurship. So let's talk about step 2. We'll move on. And that is taking inventory. What's already on your plate? Is it a plan to update your resume? Recently, I spoke with someone who she's ready for a change, but she hasn't looked at her LinkedIn profile in 7 years. What about your social media? Do you have accounts out there that can be utilized for your new goals? Are there accounts that should have some posts deleted? Maybe they don't represent the professional direction you're headed right now. A lot of people think once they make a branding decision, they need to instantly adopt everything out there. They want to tweet and TikTok and start a blog and do it all next week, and they get overwhelmed. 2 people in the last 24 hours have said to me, I feel like I need to do all the things. But here's what you need to do instead. Take a week and explore. Different platforms fit different personality and communication styles. Introverts are not going to be comfortable with video right out of the box, but they might set Twitter on fire. Some people are very visual. They take lots of pictures. Instagram may be a good choice for you. Then there are the types who were given a 4-page essay assignment in school and always turned in 6 pages. Blogging might be your milieu. You know how everybody is posting these memes, get out of your comfort zone? No, at least not immediately. The goal here is to express who you are and develop a life and career you love. It's not about trying to become someone who you are not. Now we're ready to talk about step 3. Step 3 is looking at your basics. Whether you are on a path to applying for jobs or starting your own business, you are going to use your resume as a building block. The work you put into your resume will feed your LinkedIn profile. The direction your career takes and the type of industry you are in will determine how much your resume is used. Being self-employed, I am no longer sending resumes out, but I still have several versions on hand. They are a good way to keep track of our skills and act as a reminder of how much we have to offer and how far we have come. Now, to most people, updating their resume means they have added a paragraph at the top that describes their most recent job. They don't even look at the rest of the resume. You need to spend a little more time than that, and that's something we can go into on another day. But you will use this updated resume to add and change your LinkedIn profile. For some of you, this might be the time to start your LinkedIn profile. I work with a number of clients on ways to strengthen their profiles. Everything from helping them choose a profile photo and the background photo. And these are really strategic choices to ways of building their presence and credibility on that particular platform. Now, when you're ready for step 4, the 4th step is getting out there. This isn't the end point. Step 4 is the launching point. You'll begin with creating a social media calendar that includes what you want to post, and when you want to post it. You can use any method you like, and it will vary on the type of platforms you use. You might use Google Calendar, Hootsuite, or colorful sticky notes on a wall calendar. Write content as far out as you can. I recommend at least a month in advance. I've worked with a client and we created a year's worth of content for them ahead of time so that they always had something to post and could switch it up and add new things when they wanted. It takes a bunch of pressure off because you have a lot of other things to do. You will also want to start thinking about finding and archiving images that are appropriate to your brand and content. You want to post regularly and look at other choices that fit with your personality. Podcasts, speaking, volunteering, something that's very important, and publishing, whether that's a book or a blog. Let's summarize. First, get an idea of where you want to go. This is a stage that uses your imagination. Some people discover this or narrow it down as they move through the process. They start out just wanting to make their online presence more professional. Then they get more specific idea. The second step is taking inventory. This is where you clean up the presence you already have and you add and you delete some things. The third step is getting the basics in place. Spending a couple of weeks bringing resumes and LinkedIn up to date. Then lastly, putting your image out there on the platforms you've chosen and deciding your next steps. Now, these are all things that you can do on your own. So why hasn't everybody done this? The three main reasons that I've seen with my clients are the inability to recognize the talents they already have and are not promoting. They lack confidence in their skills. They don't know how to write about themselves and worry about sounding boastful. So many people get overwhelmed and don't know which actions to take in which order. Branding themselves quickly gets backburnered. I don't have time. I have to work. The kids need something. Then it becomes another 3 years and a job they don't like. Another 3 years of not being recognized for their contribution. My work is a lot like that of a cheerleader and coach combined. I help you recognize all the skills you have to offer, and I keep you on track with creating your new presence. People spend months or even a year or two trying to do this on their own. My branding clients hire me to work with them for 3 or 4 months to guide them through the process. To speed up that process and make it available to more people, I've spent the last 2 years developing an online course for people to teach themselves. There is a great need among many more people these days to up their game or their professional presence, especially their digital presence, their online presence. During the last few months, I've refined and created a program that you can complete on your own in just 6 weeks. It's called the Personal Branding for Career Advancement course. This course is for you if you are looking to create a professional image, up your game, or you are ready to broadcast your authentic self. This course is for you if you still have questions. How do I choose my image when I'm not sure what I really want to do? I just know I want to change. What do I write and when do I post? What type of pictures do I want and where do I find them? Which platform is best for me? How many should I use? That's a big question. It goes back to trying to do all the things. Okay, so here's how it works. The 6-week course is designed with videos you can watch at your own pace anytime you want. Each video is 7 to 10 minutes long for easily digestible bites. You can look at this on the go. Accommodation for multiple learning styles with captions, videos, and printable materials are included. Also, you'll have downloadable worksheets and checklists to guide you through the lessons and to keep you on track. Exercises to help you take action immediately. No waiting till the end of the course to get started. You learn easy to follow steps to start making a difference in your personal brand from day one. Plus, there's at least one bonus lesson to expand your branding and image even more. You will explore speaking and publishing options. Here's what you can expect. You will gain direction and identify your real goals for career advancement and self-esteem. You'll rediscover, or maybe notice for the first time, your marketable skills and talents so that you can use them fully. You will identify your personal style to create a personal professional image. Assess your social media presence and make a plan to make the most of it. Update your resume, create or update your LinkedIn profile, and you'll be able to speak about yourself with greater confidence so others see your potential. You will learn ways to promote the new you through speaking, writing, and social media. So let's get started. When I work with clients, we usually work together for 4 months at a retainer of about $4,000 to $5,000 each month. Because I put this material online, the 6-week course with support includes all the videos and the study materials, plus 6 weekly check-in video calls with me that are 30 minutes long to review your progress. So you're still getting that one-on-one touch, and we'll answer your questions and you'll get individualized guidance. And all of this is only for $14.97. That's more than 50% savings on my usual pricing to work individually with clients, and you still get the one-on-one guidance. Now, I've given you the 4 major steps to go off on your own and start your new personal brand. If you'd like to learn more, I'm here. Stay tuned for the link to enroll and ask more questions. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to hearing from you. And good luck on the new you.